Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're working on repairing some of the damage from the tornado that came through. If you missed my last video, we had a big tornado come through and destroy a lot of the property, do damage to the shed, and also cause a lot of damage to our neighbor's house. So we've been working for the past day or two trying to clean up all the water inside and start fixing the leaks on the roof. So right now we're replacing all of the storm guards so that we don't have to deal with leaks because we have rain coming in a couple days. Over the next few weeks, we're gonna have to start assessing all the damage on our property. We lost some really valuable trees that just can't be replaced, like black walnuts and cherries. And there's just a lot of mess other than the immediate damage that we have to work on. And we also really wanna be good neighbors and help our neighbor out, clean up some of his damage. He has holes in his roofs right now. There's just a lot more damage over there. I also have an opportunity for some of you to come help, and I'm gonna be talking about that at the end of the video. But for right now, we're kind of in a time crunch, so we're just gonna get started on our storm guard. Yesterday, we started peeling off the old storm guard, and I'll tell you what, that stuff was really stuck on there. It took a lot to pull it off, so that tells you how good it is and also how strong that tornado was. So we're just gonna do it one layer at a time. We're gonna start putting down this layer and then we'll peel off the rest and hopefully get it all finished before the rain comes. About having to redo all this is we've already done it before. So that first layer that we put on was probably one of the best layers we've ever done. So we're off to a really good start. There is also a layer of plastic on here. And last time we were doing this, it was really hard to pull it off. So we ended up just leaving it on. We didn't know if it was supposed to come off or not. But this time we decided to pull it off, and it did come off a lot easier today because it's a lot warmer. And we think that could be one of the reasons that it failed. Because a lot of the older stuff stayed intact. It was mostly the newer product that we had put on that hadn't had a chance to really stick down yet. So we just finished the storm guard on our kitchen addition side. It's actually a pretty ideal day to be putting this down because it's right around 75 degrees, which is when this product starts to really stick to the plywood. So we're able to just smooth it out, get it really stuck on there. We've really got the system now, and we've also been rolling it out. This is actually one of those outfeed rollers for when you're cutting wood, but it works great for rolling out the air bubble. So a little life hack if you're ever doing some storm guard. We actually just spoke with a rep from GAF and asked them about that plastic, and they said you are supposed to peel it off. So that could be one of the reasons that it came off in the tornado. So we've been doing that and then putting nails in, so it should be really strong this time. Where those two black pieces stick together just really stick. So now we're gonna head over to the other side, start ripping off all the old stuff and put down our fresh layer. Just check out how stuck down this stuff is. Dad is really putting some force into it, but it's been on there for 2 years and it's still just sticking like crazy. Yeah, you can just see that's the old stuff, and that blue stuff is the new version that we've been putting down. It has a kind of different top to it, and I think it has some new reinforcement inside too, so just a little bit different. All right, so we finished up putting down the storm guard on both sides of our addition, so now we just have to do this final piece. And I wanted to show this one more time just because this was the fun thing we did in the time crunch when it was raining. This is our old Vevor tent. It was a 20-foot tent, and we just randomly thought of the idea to put it on there, and it ended up working out so perfect. It lined up with the roof, so I just thought that was kind of fun that it worked out that way. So while this is all unfortunate, and also it was really expensive to buy all this new product, we are really glad that we ended up replacing all of it. It's a really good feeling to have fresh stuff down. Really, the storm guard that we had down was supposed to be covered after 90 days. That's how long it can handle the UV exposure, but we had it on for several years, never had any problems with it. So that's why we had continued using it originally, but now we do feel a lot better that we have the new stuff down. And this stuff has also been redesigned, so now we'll have the consistent new version all the way across. And this stuff can handle up to 250 degrees, so it can get really hot. And I just want to show what our roof is going to look like when we're done. So on top of our storm guard, we're going to be putting 2 inches of rock wool insulation, the comfort board. And we showed in one video that we can hold a flamethrower up to this, and the Tyvek underneath didn't get burnt at all. On top of our rock wool, we're gonna have some furring strips that hold it all down, and on top of that, we're gonna have some R-panel metal roof. Right above the rock wool and below the metal roof, we're gonna have a lot of airflow, so it'll be able to cool off. And also the bigger channels in the R-panel metal roof, this isn't it, but we're gonna be getting it. It'll allow that extra airflow and let the water run off really easily. So we should have no problems with this overheating or with water getting in at all. So I think it's really good that we ended up redoing this, and now we'll be ready to put the rock wool on, and while this is all still fresh, and we shouldn't have any problems with it after that. All right, so we wrapped up with our storm guard, and honestly, I think it is better than ever. Everything is brand new. We really took our time to install everything right, and we should have no problems with leaks now. We're also finalizing everything with our roof. They are ready for us. We just need to get some furring strips and put down the rock wool, and we'll be ready to put on a metal roof, and hopefully we'll never have to deal with any more leaks again. So that's all good. We also just got this done right before some rain's gonna roll in, so we should be good now. I also spent the morning over at my neighbor Cecil's house. He had a lot of damage on his house. Tons of the metal had just peeled back, so we spent the morning just nailing everything back down, put some new screws in, and I think we'll get him through the next couple rains. He is gonna have some roofers come out and double check everything, but I think we definitely saved him a bit. He was having some leaks in, so hopefully we helped him out with that. And with that, we're pretty much recovered with the shed. We still have some rock wool that we need to patch up, and we've had some leaks inside that we've been cleaning, but we've been running our dehumidifier and getting everything nice and dry in there. Doesn't seem like we've had any kind of mold or anything start to grow, so that's good. But as for the property, we still have a ton of brush that we need to clean up. We have many trees that fell down, so we're just gonna have to take it a little bit at a time. We're gonna start out today and start moving some stuff to our burn pile. Just some brush in the surrounding area. We're gonna try to get it cleared out so we can keep on mowing around here. So let's go ahead and get started with that and see how much we can get knocked out before the rain starts. Well, me and Dad were able to make a pretty big dent in all this. We had a pretty good system going. I was going around and picking up all the small sticks with a wheelbarrow, and Dad went around with a tractor, hooked stuff up with a chain, and dragged a lot of the bigger stuff, and we made a big burn pile. You know, it looks completely different now, but this is really just a really small portion of the property, but it's looking great. I'm sure once we give it a mow, it's gonna be looking pretty much normal over here again. And just for perspective, this took us a few hours to clean up, and that was just me and Dad. But we also have lots of trees all over our property that fell over. There's a lot of mess around here. And also our neighbor Cecil, he probably had about 10 huge trees fall in his yard, and he's an older man. He doesn't really have he doesn't have any equipment or anything, so we definitely want to help him out too. So we have a lot of work that we're gonna be having to do. And I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I had an idea, and that idea is to have a big shed community day. I wanna invite out some of my subscribers, some of you, to come to the land for a day and help us clean up. And we're especially looking for people who could bring chainsaws or some kind of heavy equipment like skid steers or tractors or grapples. And we want to get everyone here one day and have a big cleanup party. We want to try to tackle some of our neighbor's property, help him clean up some of that stuff, and also clean up some of the mess we have around here, make a big burn pile, and maybe we'll even do a bonfire at the end of the day. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely send me an email at contact@danorcronise.com. Give us a little contact info, a little bit about yourself, and tell us what days you'd be available. And we'll try to put something together soon to have you guys come out, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So send me an email. And I also want to give a big thank you to the companies who have reached out to us. You know who you are, but we've had several companies reach out and are willing to help us get things back going. So thank you to them. And also just thank you to all of you who are watching the videos, all of you who have liked and subscribed. And also a big thank you to everyone that backs us over on Patreon. It really helps us in times like these. And that's gonna be a wrap for this video. So I'll see you guys next time.